In this tutorial, we're going to go over how to set up individual administrators for different categories of the Documents app. So let's go into the Documents app on the admin page. And if you've set up your site already, you may already be aware of how to set up administrators for different applications. For example, you can have a member group, and this applies to extended and mega plans where you have access to the group manager. You could set up a group called Document Admin and then assign members to that group. And if you give that group in Group Manager administrative permissions to the Document app, then what will happen is any members in that group will become administrators specifically while they are in the Documents app. And they could go in and add documents or delete documents or modify documents. So what we're going to talk about here, though, is taking that one step further and saying we want to assign document administrators, but we want to have specific document administrators per category. So let's go in and take a look at our categories. In our categories here, we've got developer, HOA, minutes, budgets, and so on. These are the default categories that came with the application. So you may have one person who you're going to put in charge of updating HOA documents, and a completely different person or persons who will be in charge of updating minutes, and maybe a third group of people or a third person in charge of updating the budgets. But you don't want the person in charge of updating budgets to be able to go in and modify HOA documents or minutes. This is how you accomplish that. First, it's important to say, if you have set up a group called, a group that has document administration ability overall in Group Manager, any members assigned to that group, as we said before, will have full administrative capability within the Documents app, so they can change any documents in any category in any way. This would only apply to members who are not part of that group, because if they're in that group, they already have full access to all documents, regardless of the category they're in. So when you're trying to assign category admins to specific categories, you want to make sure that those people aren't assigned to any member groups that already have full administrative permission to the Documents app overall. Okay, so now that'd be something you would have set up in Group Manager. So let's assume you don't have any special groups set up to give someone full administrative permissions to the Documents app, and you want to now set up individuals just for individual category admins. So these are a list of categories, and we have a button up here called Category Admins. And when you click on that, it takes you to this page, which allows you to select a category, such as budgets. And it's going to load for a second to pull in who actually are the current administrators for this group. And so I'm going to say, I'm going to let demo user be an administrator for this group. So all I have to do is check their box and click Update Administrators. And now it has added them to the database of administrators specifically for the group, for the category budgets. If I were to go look at the amenities category, you'll see that that person is not selected, because here we can choose a different group of people who would have access, administrative access, to the amenities category of documents. And that's really all there is to it. Now that I've set this up, demo user can log in under their normal login, and they won't have any administrative access anywhere else in the system necessarily. But when they go into the Documents app, they will have the ability to perform edit, delete, and add functions for the budgets category. So if they were to add a document, what will happen is, now I'm not logged in as the demo user, but if I were logged in as demo user, what would happen is this category selection would only have budgets available in it, because that's the only place they can add documents, because that's the only category they're an administrator. And other documents that are already in the listing, for example, if I were to go into, let's go back into the Documents app front end. And if I were logged in as demo user, then we don't have a budgets category showing here. But what will happen is this edit icon will not appear if that person does not have the ability to edit that document. However, if I were someone who was set up as an HOA admin, actually HOA category admin, then I would have access to this edit button over here, and I could click edit and then go ahead and edit that document. And then other documents would not show the edit icon because I may not be listed as a category admin for those categories. So that's how you set up a specific category administrator. You're just going to go into your documents admin page, click on categories first, and then in the categories page, click on category admins, and then you'll choose your category and select your individual users who you want to be the administrators. That's it. That's how you set up individual category administrators in the Documents app. You'll actually find something similar in the Calendar app, which also has categories for calendar events, and you can set up individual category administrators for calendar events as well. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you very much for watching.